Good morning, everybody. We're going to be getting going here in just a few minutes. We got something going on the 24/7 stream that kind of timing when this ends, so it fits right in line with that. But I'm going to talk with you guys before we get going. I just want to shout out every single one of you. I've got another, hold on. There we go. Doubling in my ears. Oh, 10 memberships. Shout out Alexandra G. How you doing? Thank you so much. 10 new members in the house. Mr. Mark, Flying Hayan, Flynn. I can't read it. Flying Hayan. Who else we got? White Lightning, Crypto Pew Pew Cruise, B Team Crypto. You weren't a member yet? We got you in here now. Skillful DSL. I like the name. DSL was wonderful internet service providing a bandwidth early 90s, but I know it means something else. Mariano LaRose, Mark Harris, Kingston Crows, what's up? And big love to everybody here. We're going to do a bit of a giveaway today. Let me get the music going also while we're sitting here vibing before the show gets started. I want to just talk to you. Talk to you for a second, baby. I just want to talk to you. Let me talk to you. Markets setting up. We're going to get a lot of exuberance right now as prices push, and we're going to be jumping into the charts in here in a few minutes. So stick around because we're going to be doing a giveaway, and I'm going to draw it around the probably middle maybe end of the show. But I want to head over to the BitLab Academy Twitter page at Academy BitLab and retweet today's tweet with the opportunity of a lifetime thumbnail, today's post. I want to get as many people watching this, friends, family, everybody. That's what this stream's about. We're going to be talking about the setup that we have going into this next bull market and some of the reasons, even those of us that know we're in crypto all the time. We're so aware of all this stuff, but we need to be reminded some of the things that are the reasons why we should be in crypto. Yes, we want to make money, but there's also broader concepts as well that we can tie into our thesis and to our directive, our why. Because the stronger your why is for what you're doing in this market, the more capacity you're going to have to stick through hard times. If you take a trade and it goes the wrong way, or if you have a rough time with something that happens, or you get, coins hacked, whatever. If you have a strong why, if you have a strong understanding of the opportunity that Bitcoin and the crypto market is, it's going to leave you far better prepared to set a strategy that really works for you. So head over to the BitLab Academy page. There is a tweet there on the page, and share that with the world. Retweet it. I'm going to be drawing. Maybe I'll extend this through till tomorrow, actually, and draw tomorrow, so people that are watching this later can do that as well. That's what I'm going to do, actually. And I'm going to share this right in here. Retweet to win 1 free month of BitLab Pro. There it is. Now I'm going to pin that post. Everybody get involved. Now we're getting a lot of new people in here lately. We got XR Pete in here. How you doing? We got all the members in the house. How you doing, everybody? Atropine was the first one in the door. Has been in here for quite a while. I appreciate you. Crimson Caravan, Alex Green. Alex Green does so much stuff in the back end. Justin Eubanks, longtime friend. I got to figure out a way to gift you a membership, my friend. It's kind of frustrating that it just selects randomly, but I guess that's a good thing. Benjamin Perez, how you doing? Black Ice, Red Elephant, Alexandra G, Brandon Buttrey. Who else we got in here? We got everybody here. Crypto Chronic, what's up? We got such good emojis in here. I love seeing them. And all the new members as well. Dave Middleton, how you doing? What's up? You guys remember that old Bud Light commercial? Love it. JS, how you doing? Skipping Stones, hello. We're about to jump into the stream here in a couple minutes. Let's go ahead and get this going right here. Get this countdown going. Yeah, just getting everybody a chance to pile in, talk to you all. Head over to the BitLab Academy page. The link is pinned in the very top. Retweet that tweet of today's stream promo for this video. Let your friends and family know about it. Let your social community know about it. And you will be entered just by retweeting, hitting that like button on that tweet. You're going to be entered to win a month of BitLab Pro, which is all the courses, and most importantly, the Discord, where there's such a great community in the Discord sharing on a daily basis different charts and thoughts and all the different things in there, from pro traders, from our team, from myself, from Tim, TA, Joshua, Jake, John Dalton, been dropping some bombs lately with some really great charts and setups. If you haven't seen that, and you get access to all that with the BitLab Pro and the indicators. So go ahead and retweet that tweet. Let people know what's going on. And we're going to be getting going here in just a couple minutes. We got Jenny from the blockchain. Jenny from the block. I love it. Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. All right. Now let's get a roll call going. We got 52 people in the room. We're going to be getting going here in a couple minutes. Let's get the emojis. Let me know how you feel. Drop a Mr. Muchacho and let me know, are you bullish? Are you bearish? And what time frame? Is it a 1 hour time frame, 4 hour time frame, 22-minute time frame? Let me know. Are you bullish or bearish on today? We got to pump up over the last couple, over the last 12 hours, 18 hours following the FOMC meeting. Is it a bull trap? Do you think it's a bull trap? Do you think it's a bear trap? Let me know what you're thinking. And Matt C, got to shout you out. You've been around in my world for what, 2-3 years now? I always love seeing your name on here. Now, opportunity of a lifetime. Are you prepared? Do you feel prepared? How many hours a week do you feel like you are doing participating in crypto content? And it could be YouTube, it could be Twitter, it could be Discord. How many times? Justin Eubanks also back in the day as well. He's been ride or die for a long time too. Big love to you, my friend. 10 to 15 hours a week. Yeah, it's hard to balance all this stuff with lives and jobs and families. And half the time, let me know if any of you guys feel this way. Half the time, we start getting more and more knowledge about everything going on in the space, and we become more hooked. And we have friends and family and wives and girlfriends and boyfriends and etc., grandparents we're spending time with, that they just don't see the light yet. It hadn't dinged in their head. And so we're over here trying to get as much content in as possible. And they're like, what is this? They think we're over here looking at Pokemon cards or Beanie Babies or something that just doesn't matter. But it's amazing once you have a good season and you're up 50, 80, 150, $300,000. I can tell you personally, when that happens, those lights start to click in those other people's heads and they go, oh, maybe there's something more to this beyond what's said on mainstream media. And that's why, beyond just doing technical analysis streams all the time, which we will do some technical analysis today. We're going to break down Bitcoin and some altcoins, but I also want to break down some macro things stacking into this next bull market that is on the horizon, that is appealing to all of you, but also something that you can share with your friends and family, give you that vocabulary and something to point to and be like, okay, you don't believe in it? Well, watch this. What do you think? And this also strengthens our ability to have that deep why for what we're doing in this market. So everybody head over to that pinned tweet that's in the top. Did I not pin that sucker? Let me find it really quick. Let me pin it to the top. Where you at? All right, let me pin this to the top. Pin message. In the pinned comment up above, retweet that tweet. You're going to be entered to win a free month of BitLab Academy Pro. And that's the indicators, all access to the Discord and all the courses. And boy, do we got some great stuff coming for you all. Now, again, let's get this going. You guys ready? I know I am. Let's go ahead and move this. Did I not have the music playing the whole time? I thought the music was playing. I turned the volume up and didn't hit the play button. My apologies. Now you get the music. Let's get this going, everybody. Hit that like button. Let's ride. Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good night, wherever you are tuned in from. My name is Kellam, and I'm here to deliver to you why the best opportunity of our lifetimes is on our doorstep. Whether you are in Bitcoin, whether you're in crypto, or you're on the periphery, you keep hearing about it. You're like, what the hell is this digital magic internet money nonsense? And again, even if you're already involved, stick around for this video, stick around for the stream, because I'm going to be breaking down some charts that really deep root that why this is so important. Not only, even without the bull market on the horizon, why it's so important to have some aspect of our lives that we are allocating time and awareness and education and delivering ourselves into the future. Because if not, we're going to basically shackle ourselves to the past, which the charts I'm going to show you, it's going to really give you an indication why you need to pick a different option, at least in a 1, 2, 5, 8%, some capacity in your life, especially in the capital that you hold and the capital you make and how you're saving your money so that you can transgress yourself into the future. So with that being said, everybody hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, ding the bell. I'm about to break it down for you. I want everybody in the live chat right now, drop in your emojis, drop in how you're feeling. Are you bullish? Are you bearish? Have you orange pilled anybody and got them involved at least in looking into this market? Have you got anybody to buy? Now, here we go. We're about to break down some of the things that we got to talk about and why the best opportunity of our lives, whether you're in or not. This is important because this breaks down exactly what is coming and how we can stay involved. So let's dive in right now. First things first, just a subtle reminder to all of you. And if you haven't seen this chart, welcome to the story of the future. That's it right here. This is the US dollar. This is Bitcoin. When we understand the supply and demand dynamics of an asset, and yes, the dollar is an asset. When we understand the supply and demand aspect of those, we can see that right here, the supply is going up and away. And we all can see over the last 3 or 4 years, those of us that are older will have seen it over the course of our lifetimes, but really exaggeratedly over the last 3 to 5 years, especially following the COVID pandemic, global economic shutdown, money printing out of control. And what has that led to? We can see it every time we go to the gas pump. We can see it when we go and buy eggs. We can see it when we buy gas. You can see it if you've ever had to, if you've bought a new house in this time period. I just recently bought a new used car. Anything that you're doing, things cost more. Things cost more. It's not like they're better. It's not like these eggs got intrinsically better. It's not like the milk all of a sudden is more healthy. No, the value of your dollar is going down the drain. But what we see right here with Bitcoin, we see a huge printing, which is fixed into the protocol of how Bitcoin is mined. That's what mining is. Gentle reminder there, if you're aware of this, but you need to understand this. The mining is securing the network, and the miners that are securing the network for the transactions get a reward. That's what happens when we talk about this halving that's coming up. The amount of new supply, the amount of reward that's giving out to miners on every block, each block is about 10 minutes, is cut in half every 4 years. And this early on, miners were getting 50 Bitcoin per block. Then it cut down to 25. Then it cut down to 12.5 and then 6.25. And then this next halving is going to be, I think, 3.125. And this is why you see this exponential increase in new supply. And then it essentially rounds off over time. And so we get less new supply on the market, meaning that even without having new demand come in the market, if demand stayed the exact same, the fact that there's a reduction by half of new supply, that also suggests that the current demand that's there has more buying pressure just by being there. That doesn't even account for all the people in the adoption curve, the global adoption curve that is coming for this asset. And this is not even mentioning the rest of the crypto market. The rest of the crypto ecosystem with Ethereum and Cardano and AVAX and Near Protocol and INJ, Injective, or AGIX, AI Play, or Fetch AI. There's so many different aspects of this market that are going to be driven by what's going on with Bitcoin. Yes, they're going to take on a life of their own. But understanding Bitcoin first will be the gateway for you to truly understand what's going on in this crypto market. Because if you're diving into just a straight DGEM play and altcoin that's sub 1 million market cap and it goes to zero and you're like, I knew crypto was a scam. Well, you're scamming yourself out of not understanding this market. Understand this, and we're going to continue on here. And scrolling down, I just want to point a couple things out. Let me go actually back up to the top. There's a couple key differences between Bitcoin and all the other assets out there. And you all know this, but this is a gentle reminder. Remember, we're going to be diving into the charts price action here in a moment. So stick with me and hit that like button while you're here. Subscribe to the channel so you can be involved in educating yourself to make sure you can take advantage of the future. With Bitcoin, this is the intermediaries. This is the intermediaries with traditional money. You know, you got credit card companies taking stuff. You have banks. You have there's so many different intermediaries that are participating. For instance, if you're buying stocks, you have all this different stuff that's intermediaries. You have brokers, dealers, clearinghouses, the exchange themselves. With Bitcoin and DeFi, you can transact peer-to-peer. Yes, you can also utilize exchanges if you want. You can also utilize dealers and brokers, depending on what type of exchange you're using. But the option is there for you to go peer-to-peer and also have it be safe and secure. Bitcoin is the safest, strongest network in the history of the world. So there's intrinsic value just in the security of the network. And it's not immediate, but near immediacy compared to traditional banking, near immediacy of transaction finality and the low fees. I mean, and on top of all this, I don't have to trust some guy in the government that I didn't vote for not to print more money, or to the money they do print, spend on things that I don't care about. No, this is agnostic to any government. So this money printing that we're talking about, that cannot happen on Bitcoin. So you can understand the supply ratio over time so that you can plan accordingly into the future. And there are known cycles in Bitcoin that really allow you to forecast where money is moving over time. And remember, this is the value of the dollar over time. $25 back here in the early 1900s, $25 back here buys you the same amount. I mean, the strength of this has gone down all the way to essentially less than $1. The buying power of the US dollar has diminished by about 90% since the 70s, since we went off the gold standard. So there's a lot of things. And the other thing with Bitcoin is you don't need to buy an entire Bitcoin. You can divide a Bitcoin into 100,000 Satoshis. You can buy $1 worth, $5 worth, $125 worth. You don't need to buy a whole Bitcoin. So remember, you tell this to your friends and family and neighbors when they ask about, oh, Bitcoin's too expensive. No, it's not. When you understand that there's a fixed supply and the new supply is being reduced by half, and we're at less than about a 4 or 5% adoption rate globally, and we got a lot of room to cover. And this is something I want to be in before the world is. Now, if we really want to understand what's going on here with that supply, if you look at this right here, this is a circulating supply. You see how the circulating supply is curving like this? It's curving because the new supply is getting cut in half, and there's becoming, it's basically flattening out, it's plateauing. You see, this is how much Bitcoin is left to mine. We've mined about over 19 million up until this point, and we've got another 100 plus years before the next 2 million are mined because of that reduction in supply. This is it. You can see the new supply being cut in half every 4 years. Now, what I want you to notice on this, and this ties into our technical analysis, AKA this ties into us looking at a chart and identifying, is this a good time to buy or not? And you don't have to actually be a physical, Bitcoin trader to participate, but don't you want to identify areas that maybe you can accumulate into, buy into, and areas that maybe you take some profits off the table, and areas maybe you should be a little more patient and not take profits right now because the market is low? Well, it's all working on a fixed schedule that has some variety in terms of what price action happens. But generally speaking, Bitcoin interacts on a very similar schedule based on the halving. These are the last three cycles overlaid with each other. You can see this is a halving, price action goes up following halving. If we look at this lined up like this is a halving, price action consolidated, meaning went somewhat flat, and then had an exponential gain that would turn into a parabola like this. This is a current cycle we're in right now, which is why this has not reached the halving line, which is here. But we see the halving consolidation into a parabola move to the upside, parabola move to the upside. If we look at this overlined, overlaid on each other, we can see the tops, the market cycle tops. These are 3 different cycles separated between halving to halving, okay? And we can see it's actually a little bit post-halving. This is near the tops where the market got to the very, very high price level. So we can see there's a general area where the tops have lined up with where they are in the market cycle as it relates to this halving. The halving's every about 4 years. It's 210,000 blocks. That's just a technical number. Think of it as about every 4 years, 3.8 years or something like that. Tops line up, and look at where these bottoms, look how close these bottoms line up. Then we get a pre-halving push up. This one came faster. This one was a little slower. But generally speaking, where we're at right now is perfectly in line with where we should be without any major standard deviations. We're still right somewhere relatively where we expected we should be relative to where the halving is. And look at this. This is the next halving. This is how the last 2 cycles responded into the halving consolidation. And look at this arc to the upside. So if we understand this, then we can be a lot less worried when we're looking at the charts. And for instance, we can look at this like this. This is where the halvings are. This is a halving, this is a halving, and this is a halving right here. And what do we notice? What do we notice on this when we see this? What we notice is, let me drag this up just a touch. Come here. There we go. What we notice on this is that if we just look at where the halving is, look, halving, parabola, halving, parabola, halving, parabola. So let's not worry ourselves so much. At least in all actuality, we can look at this and say, oh, okay, we have the halving coming up. Man, the price has performed so gosh darn well. I can't get in now. I'm waiting for it to go back down to this level. Well, even here where this level was a low, this is a low here, right? This level was a low of this market cycle. This did come down. This was a global economic shutdown. The world turned off. And the Bitcoin price did not reach this previous low. You see this? On this cycle here, the low is way the hell back here, okay? Oh my God, it pushed up. I'm waiting for it to get back down to that level. You missed out then because it went up a little bit. Then you missed out on exponential gains because you didn't look at a chart. And anybody out there, if you're watching this, if this is your first time watching any sort of crypto content that even interests you, and if you are somebody that's in the crypto space and you're watching this and you've heard this and this is, let this ring true in your mind. The charts will tell you, they'll give you the data. If you zoom out, don't look at a 1 hour chart. Don't watch MSNBC. Don't watch Jim Cramer. That is nonsense. They do not understand this market. They're comparing it to some general tech stock or something. They just don't understand it. Come BitLab Academy. We got you here. We break this down on a daily basis, and these things run on a global liquidity schedule that is also tied in with the Bitcoin halving. And we can see just by looking at the schedule of the halvings that if we're anywhere in this region, even over here, are you going to not buy because this is, you already missed a halving? No, I mean, these gains, this price right here is $1,000. The price right here is $20,000, $19,000, over $19,000. Okay. That is it's a 19X. And some people probably did not buy here because it's already up so much. Stop the nonsense. Look at the data. Let go of your emotion. Turn off your ego. Let the data, let the historical analysis paint the picture for what is possible. If you agree with that, hit the like button on this. Share this with your friends. Let them know there is a schedule that you can look at. In fact, if I come over here to my page, by the way, if you haven't yet, make sure you head over and follow me at Kelly Kellam, Kelly Kellam. And also make sure you're following BitLab Academy's page right here at Academy BitLab. But if we come over here and we look at the Rational Root, who we've had on this show, brilliant, brilliant guy. But if we look at this, he's got the spiral chart. This is the Bitcoin market cycle, just on a spiral graph from the Genesis. And when this is spiraling out, it's because the price is going up. So the further out it goes, the higher price has risen, right? But what we're seeing here from the Genesis, if we scroll around here, these are new all-time highs each time you get these dark dots. And this is because it was brand new. So every price was an all-time high as it went up. And then this was a low. And this makes sense. It's a little off schedule with these other three because this was brand new, right? But then we get this right here. We get this blue. This is a halving. And then what do we get after the halving? All these dark dots, which is the market cycle. Basically, you're achieving new all-time highs. Price action pulls back a little bit, and then it starts pushing up again, new all-time highs again, and then it scrolls around, and the market crashes. Bitcoin is dead. Oh my God, magic internet money, blah, blah, blah. Nonsense, nonsense, nonsense. Don't be an ignoramus. Look at the data. If you look at the charts on Bitcoin, if you look at the charts, every time we pumped up, the market pulling back, the low here, each time is exponentially higher than the past. Bitcoin has never died, and I would argue it will never die unless the state of the global economy is shut off because there's no internet and there's mass world war or something that's beyond the relevance of Bitcoin even existing at that point, okay? So let's look at the data that we want to see. The data that will give us answers versus something that is just spouted nonsense, echoing something Dave Ramsey or Jim Cramer said, okay? Market lows, look at these, all roughly about the same time period. So this curls out, we get the halving, and then post-halving, price starts pushing up, we get all these all-time highs, pulls back a little bit, all-time highs, pulls back a little bit, all-time highs. It comes back around, market cycle low, this is the dark dot, keeps pushing off, halving, and this is a cycle, the previous cycle that we were in. We're pushing up, all-time highs, blah, 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 all-time highs, comes back, market crash, oh my God, it's dead, it's over. And remember, in this time period right here, we had Celsius collapse, we had Luna collapse, we had 3 Hours Capital collapse, FTX ultimately collapsed. In the face of all that, and Binance got charged with a DOJ fine of $4.3 billion. And everybody watching this right now, this is a talking point for you and a talking point for you to have with your friends and family. And if you're just watching this for the first time and you say, yeah, why would I get in crypto? Crypto's a scam. Look what happened with FTX. Well, FTX is a separate business that also was working in the crypto space. Okay. If I'm a car salesman and I scam you in a car dealership for something and I sell you a bill of goods and the car's a lemon, I'm the dealership. That does not make Ford as a company a bad company. It's two separate entities. Okay? We need to understand that. And by the way, let me record this. This is going to be a short. If you believe that because the Department of Justice just charged Binance $4.3 billion for issues and illegality that they've done, that is a mark on how bad crypto is. If you believe that SBF, Sam Bankman-Fried, and FTX collapsing and all the fraud that they perpetrated makes crypto a scam, then I challenge you to ask yourself, turn off that nonsense cognitive dissonance, look objectively at the fact that your US dollar, we had 4 of the largest banks in the history of the world, in the history of the US, I should say. We had 4 of the largest banks in history collapse in March. Does that make the dollar a scam? Well, in that case, I would say absolutely yes, but for 2 different reasons. The dollar is a scam because they're printing it out of control. The dollar is a scam because there's no schedule to understand what the supply controls are on it. Bitcoin is separate from all these entities that failed, but in itself, it has its own protection. It has its own programmed supply schedule on it that everybody can understand so they can look forward and invest with understanding what new supply is going to be available. And we're so early in the adoption, how could you not want to be in something that is transparent and agnostic of all governments? Ask yourself that question. Bitcoin's not a scam, the dollar is. Now, coming back over to this chart right here, hit a like button if you agree with that. Hit the subscribe button. Join us here in the community, baby. And remember, if you haven't yet, I'll say that again in a second. Now, as this price gets market cycle low, see where we're at right now? We are pushing up into this zone. We're pushing up into this zone right here, coming up on the next halving. What has happened all 3 times previously? We get the all-time highs after the halving. Now, where is the all-time high? The all-time high is all the way up here. Let's come back over here to Bitcoin. The all-time high is all the way up here at about $67,000, $68,000. Okay, if we turn off all the indicators, all the lines, everything, come on. Turn off everything there and just look at the graph. This is price action graphed out. Previous all-time high, we'll never get there again. Look at that, collapse, an attempt, failure. And then once we broke out of this level right here, right here, this is when we truly went parabolic. Similarly, when we broke this level right here, this is a previous all-time high, parabolic. What does parabolic mean? Simple term, just means price goes up like you know what I was about to say. See this arc? It's arcing up like this. It starts going more and more exponential to the upside. And remember, we have a cycle right now that we're setting up for with some of the most incredible bullishness that we could even hope. Excuse me. Oh, talking so much, discover crypto and then this. We have a setup for one of the most exciting times in crypto. Are we going to get the explosive gains like we got in 2011? I don't think we're going to get those type of gains ever again, because this was when the market was new and there was very little monetary energy. The market cap was very low. It took very little demand to really drive the price up, right? So where we're at now, there's a lot more monetary energy that's needed, but where we're at right now on a risk-adjusted basis, because it has legacy, it's to some extent, it's been, about almost 15 years now, Bitcoin's been around. It has the biggest asset manager in the history of the world, Larry Fink, is now touting it, saying it's an asset that transcends all global currencies and is, essentially the best asset in the world. He said everybody needs to have some exposure to this. Now, this is something that when we're looking at this, look at this chart. It's going up and to the right. If this was a 4-hour chart, you would call this a bull market. If you're looking at this, and each candle was 4 hours, there's a push up, pull back, push up, pull back, push up, pull back, push up, pull back. It's on a logarithmic growth curve. We're right on schedule. Look at this. Each time the prices come down, it's found support down here and then pushed up each time. This is a basic way to look at it. But we have to understand this. Let's not be worried, and let's not also think, man, I'm not going to buy it because I missed the bottom. If you think that, then you're being an idiot for your future. In 7 months' time or 7 years' time, you're going to say, man, it went from 15,000 to 45,000. I thought it was too high, so I didn't buy. And then in 6 years from now, when it's $1.8 million of Bitcoin, you're going to be like, $45,000 is a pretty good opportunity. So what I'm doing right now, when I look at the price action on Bitcoin, I understand the macro. So when I turn off all the different lines and charts and everything, say, yeah, this has gone up and it very well may pull back. But I have two different things that I do to make sure that I can take advantage of this market. I have a weekly schedule that I DCA, dollar cost average, meaning regardless of what happens, I don't even look at the price. I don't do anything. It automatically buys. And I had it on Mondays. Now I do it on Tuesdays. It automatically buys. It's not, it's not a huge amount of money, but it's like about like 200, I think it's like $250 or something like that. But it automatically buys. So I'm averaging my entry. Yes, it's going up here, but I have it weighted with this lower entry. I got way down here, but I'm also buying up here. But if the market moves down, then I'm averaging the entry over time. And so I can participate in the price action regardless of what it's doing. And this is, in all honesty, what most people is probably a strategy most people would get the best advantage of, because most people don't have the emotional control to get into a 4-hour chart or a 1-hour chart in trade, because they're going to buy, sell, flip their positions, end up chopping themselves out of the market. If you are going to trade, make sure to allocate a small portion of your portfolio, literally have it on a separate exchange, on a separate wallet. If you have, let's say you have $1,000, you should not be trading with $500 of that $1,000 if that's your total portfolio. You should be more strategically finding coins, especially right now, where you have, I'd say, maybe 500 in Bitcoin, and then you can separate, or 300 or something like that, and then 200 in Ethereum. So about half your portfolio weighted in those two big safe coins, and then find a bunch of picks, those smaller coins, because they are going to move faster, but you're also going to be at higher risk of them collapsing, which is why you're going to want to get 3 or 4 with that small portfolio. If you have a $10,000 portfolio, you shouldn't be trading with 5,000 of it. Should be somewhere between like $750 and $2,000, somewhere in there, depending on your skill level, and otherwise you're going to trade away your assets. right now, especially, is all about strategic placement to take advantage of this move right here. Strategic placement so you can take advantage of this move right here. Because if we look at this on the total chart, this is total market cap with all crypto. We can see at the same period, everything, I mean, rocketed up just across the board. The index of all the crypto that's out there that's at least calculated into this chart. When Bitcoin's really running, altcoins run too. And remember, there's a lot less monetary energy involved in those smaller cap coins. So they have more explosive gains. But when they do reverse and move to the downside, you could lose a lot of money. So I urge you, if you're going to get involved in those smaller cap coins, and I did an entire stream about it yesterday. If you want to watch that, you can scroll over to the BitLab Academy page, youtube.com/@BitLab Academy. And it is this video right here, bull run coins to stack. And I'm not endorsed by any of those coins. And I'm only after I talked about with you all, I'm going to start layering into some of these coins. I went through about, I don't know, 10 or 15. I don't even remember. But they're small plays in gaming and NFTs and social media, blockchain, Web3. There's all kind of different areas, AI, different areas that I'm exposing myself to with small, very small allocations, because those very small coins, when they do, get the nod from the market or some bullishness fundamentally changes, when they start running, they go into the multi-1,000% gains. But I'm not willing to put 80% of my life savings, or say you only have $2,000 you've ever saved. Because I was there before. I was that guy. I made great money in my 20s and early 30s. And I was also trading, but I didn't save anything. I was just living the life of a rock star. And then it wasn't until I got into crypto that I really was like, I was so aware of the opportunity that is in Bitcoin and crypto, that I literally started putting half my income every month directly into crypto. And I put a small percentage of that every month also into a Vanguard deal. But I'm planning for my future now, but I'm doing it by being as aggressive as I can. You have to do what's right for you and your life. Don't put your rent money in the market. Figure out a way to get new cash flow so you can attack the market with more capital. I'm more willing to choose the pain that I'm subjecting myself to. I'm more willing, let me say this right here. I'm more willing to choose the pain to subject myself to and have hardship now, because I'm trying to do the most that I can to define cash flow, define capital to put in this market so that I can take advantage of the best opportunity in the world, the best opportunity in our lifetime. This is better than investing in the railroad 100 years before the railroad was around, because things move so fast now. So my question to you is, what pain are you choosing? And every moment you're choosing a pain. You could sit on the couch and watch TV and get more connected to those characters on TV, but you're going to be comfortable on that couch. But the pain there is, that's all you're ever going to have. Or you can choose a pain of getting your ass off the couch, diving into some education, diving in whatever that means to you. It could be at BitLab Academy. It could be at on YouTube. It could be anywhere. Books. But read and learn about blockchain and Bitcoin, because it is the best opportunity of our life. And even if crypto's not your thing, what's your passion? Where's your other relationships in your life? Choose the pain that's in your life. And it's kind of like working out. You can have the pain of feeling, ugly and out of shape. And, that's in most cases, that's a pain that you chose because you didn't adjust your diet. You didn't, go out and exercise. It's a series of things over time that affect the pain that's in your life. So let's choose our pain right now. Let's choose our pain right now by doing as much as we can to have free capital available that we can put in into whatever project you want. It can be crypto. It could be your music career. It could be your art. It doesn't matter what it is, but choose your pain and choose it wisely. So I wanted to talk about a couple more things, and we're going to dive into the charts here for a few minutes. We're right on schedule. We know that. Now, again, if you haven't yet, check out bitlabacademy.com. We break all this down. We go through all the courses that we have in here, break this down. We also have the crypto beginners course that's within this, but blockchain, Bitcoin, how to self-custody, trading fundamentals, psychology of trading, on-chain analysis, how to read each individual candle patterns, indicators, RSIs, stochastics, Ichimoku, Bollinger Bands, the BitLab trading stack, and the strategies of how to employ, identifying, even if you're just trading macro market cycle tops and macro market cycle bottoms, or you're trading scalping on the 5-minute, understanding the strategies to find the confluences to take those trades is going to be one of the best investments you ever made. And it's not only that, when you buy BitLab, you don't just get the courses. You also get access to our premium Discord here, where we break things down and we do different charts and setups and analysis and chart requests. And it's a community, professional traders, alumni, a lot of the people on the team here at Discover Crypto, and trading setups and strategies, and all of it is in here. And John Dalton has been making some awesome calls lately, so definitely check out the calls he's making, because when he posts them in here, they tend to hit right on. So let's go ahead and break down what it is that we want to talk about. There's a little bit of worry that I have right now for as bullish as I am for price to go up. On the macro, I do still think that there's a little bit of a likelihood that we get a pullback. We're seeing essentially over 19.7 billion are flowing into Bitcoin and Ethereum today. So this is around the same capital inflow we saw back in December 2020 before Bitcoin surged from 18 to 65,000. So this is positive because this means there's capital flowing into these assets. However, at the same time, when we look at the chart, when we look at where we're at right now, there's a lot of interest in the chart. But there's still some key levels that have I can't believe that's still on there. There we go. There's still some key levels. Let's get back to Bitcoin. Where you at? There we go. This is a crazy chart. This was an experimental chart I did like 2 years ago to see if price action would follow certain levels, and it's been magic. All right, so looking at this, kind of broken down. We're stair-stepping up, boom, boom, boom. Huge impulse to the upside. Looks like we're forming a little bit of a bull flag, but we still have this key level. Look at where this order block is too. This order block is perfectly in line with where all of this price action basically found resistance before. And look at where this is at as well. You see this? This is the area in which we broke down, consolidated a little bit, and we had the stair-step pattern. See this? Fall, stair-step, continuation, just like when we have bull market, rise, retrace, continuation. But the point is, we have the choppiness in that price action right there, gave us the area for which we rejected, and also why it's so important that we broke through this area. But that doesn't mean we're done with this area. At some point, I do think at some point we will come back to this region. Is it yet? I don't know, because this market has, strong impulse, a little bit of sideways consolidation, rising sideways consolidation, strong impulse above again. But look at how much smaller. Look at how much smaller this impulse is here comparatively with here. And I'm feeling, I don't know what it is, but it just might be my years in the market. I'm feeling some tingles of a little bit of a trap. I do see we got a super chat, I believe it was. Sawtooth Hiker also gifted 5 memberships. Shout out. Alexander G gifted 10. Shout out. And Minja Fourth, you have a $3.99 super chat. I appreciate each and every one of you. How many members we got in the chat right now? Let me see your favorite emoji. Let's make the chat colorful. I got a bigger screen now, by the way, everybody, so I'm trying to do a better job of checking in on what you guys are saying, and I want to get some Q&A sections on this as well, because this is all about you guys. This is not about me. We got Mr. Machacho in the house. Alex Green, shout out. I love it all. All right, now let's get back over here. This is pushing up, but let's not get so over exuberant. We don't allow ourselves to take advantage of opportunities when they arise. You did not miss out because price action was down here and now it's up here. Even if you just bought right here and the price dropped, you just don't sell. Now, this is not financial advice. I have to say that, because you have to make your own choices. But where we're at in this market, we understand. We have these push-ups, sell-off, continuation to the upside. Push-up, a little bit of retrace, continuation of the upside. We're at this stage in the market right here, which we have seen historically has been up. This stage in the market, up. This stage in the market, up. Even right here, if we really zoomed in on that area right here, this little blip, I'm trying to show you the hurdles that you're going to have emotionally so you don't succumb to them and donate your money to somebody else because you sell out only for the market to then just explode above, like right here. This is what I'm talking about. It's going up. People get a little worried. It sells off. Somebody bought somewhere lower and sold right here only for it to go up. Have your strategy in place, okay? You got to have a strategy in place. So when if you bought here and it goes up here, great. If it comes back, you can sell if you want, but you need to have a clear plan for why you're selling, not because the market dropped. Here, you already missed this move. And understanding that the halving is right here and you're just following it, this is a Bart Simpson pattern. A little bit of a liquidate, strong impulse up, consolidation, strong sell-off, back to equilibrium, and then the continuation to the upside. So where I'm at right now with what's going on in the market, whether you bought here, 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 or even over here, and the price is finally coming back to where I got in over here. I'm going to get out. What the hell is the point of that? Why the hell would you ride the market down all the way into here? And I got to say, bravo if you did. And I mean that I mean that honestly, because somebody that bought here for the first time and only for it to drop, to get out when it's finally getting back to this level, right where we're at on schedule for price action to more likely than not, with all the ETFs and all the things we've been talking about, and the global awareness of Bitcoin is now like it's never been before. It's going to be a flood of capital into this ecosystem. Protect yourself, trade and invest only what you can afford, okay? But I've been aggressive as I can be, and it's worked out well for me, but I also created capital flow that I would have to be putting in the market. Does that mean get a side job as an Uber driver, delivery driver, selling something on Etsy, selling some feet pics? I don't know what it means. Maybe stop eating out as much. Maybe stop buying all the stuff you don't need in this moment, because if you invest all that money here and the market goes up 5x, 10x, or your portfolio with all the different coins that you have goes up 5, 8, 10, 20x, then not only did you didn't buy the thing you wanted now, you put it in the market. Now you got a 5, 8, 10, 20x, whatever it is, depending on how you manage your portfolio. Then you can take that small amount of money out for that thing you wanted back then. And now it's a small, very small fraction of what capital you have available to spend on life, versus right now, it's like a significant portion. Does that make sense? So let's be smart about what we're doing. Humble bees. I see those foot. Oh, I got to ask everybody, maybe we can do it live on air right now. First off, everybody, make sure you head over to the BitLab Academy page. Where is it at? That's not it. Make sure you head over to the BitLab Academy page, retweet this tweet right here. I will be drawing tomorrow for 1 month free BitLab Pro. And that's the indicators, the courses, and the Discord all are in the Pro. So come retweet this. Even if you don't want that, retweet this, sucker. Let's get the word out there. Breaking down some of these things for people. Help spread the word. We got people out there just absolutely trying to tear down what we are doing. Just trying to tear down what we're doing. And I'm just here. If you're wondering what my motivation is to be here and share my failures with you. Share the things that I've learned that don't work, and also share the things that I know have worked. Help giving you a shortcut to where you want to be so you can navigate this space, so that you can use this space to create basically like a generator to increase the life possibilities. I'm here to give you encouragement. I'm here to, I'm just family, man. That's for me. All of you are here are family. So I appreciate y'all. My only intention with y'all is to build a community with you and provide you tools and resources to facilitate that community and share myself with you along the way. I hope that's okay with you. If it is, drop the crazy chicken in the chat right now and let me know. We may have enough people to add another emoji. We got a lot of gifted memberships there. I appreciate you. You guys have no idea how much that helps with everything that's going on right now. Every one of you, great way to help support this channel. Even if you don't want to be a BitLab member, become a member on this channel. Then you don't have to do super chats and all that. You can just, you know what I mean? It's a great way to help everything that's going on and keep, you know, because you got to keep the lights on, got to get the equipment, and we have a lot of giveaways and stuff that we want to be doing. So big love to each and every one of you. What do you guys want the next emoji to be? You guys let me know in the chat right now. And we'll do that. Now let's go ahead back. Let's do some TA before we go. Back right here where we're at. I don't care what happens with price right now. I'm a net buyer. If it goes up and breaks this level and comes back down here, okay, it's much higher. I'm still a net buyer. If it breaks down from here, I'm a net buyer. If we're looking more specifically for targets and levels, let's do that. Let's get down to the 2 hour. Okay. FOMC meeting. Okay. FOMC meeting. No interest rate hikes. We're about to go up all the way 48, 50, 87. Well, this is all we got to. Look, previous lows. This is a little bit of a warning shot to me. Push up here, previous lows. If this candle comes up here and is not able to clear this, I think we're going to be testing back down into these low 40s. And I do think that we are going to go down and attempt to clear that. Where's my chart at? I don't know where the damn chart is. There it is. Clear this 39.5. So we want all eyes on what's going on right here. And we see on the 2 hour chart, the momentum is ticking up, but I can already see that it's starting to curve outward just a little bit. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. And I can't believe we got 131 people in here, only 68 likes. How'd your mother raise you? Hit that like button. It really does help the YouTube algorithm know that people like crypto content. So you're literally helping the entire crypto community by liking these kind of videos. So 1 hour chart. There we go. 1 hour chart. There we go. See the 1 hour chart. This is ticking down. You see on the 2 hour chart, it was ticking. It's still angled up. The 1 hour chart is showing that this is kind of trying to round out a bit. And see the stochastics looking weak. The RSI is up, but we want all eyes right here. If we cannot clear this level, 43,330, 43,300 regionally, if we get rejected here, I do think we're coming back down to 40,000, 40,006, 40,700. Again, if we lose that, I ultimately think we're going to come here. And this is a big level, and I've talked about it a lot, but I got to tell, it's always new people on here as well. And you need to just remember to look at it. This line right here from these points, and I am on logarithmic. Okay. Oh, I did the wrong thing. I'm on logarithmic because this is linear. This is logarithmic right here. And we can see these points line up perfectly. This is the area which we had all this chop once we interacted with it. And it's perfectly in line with where this CME futures gap is right here. Because remember, CME futures close on the weekend, Friday night through Sunday night, they close. So if price moves between that, then the futures open and there's a gap in price. If there's a gap below us, more times than not, I think it's something like 87% of the time or something, that gap tends to be closed. So even if this breaks out and goes up further from here, I'm still looking, I'm still setting buy orders for price action if it comes down into these levels. So what does the Dixie look like through all that nonsense we had yesterday? Dixie, look at that. 4 hours just down, 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 down and away. Just, this is good for markets. Talk about a market cycle. Perfect example of a market cycle right here. This is on a 4 hour chart, and you can have a market cycle on a 4 hour chart. You can have it on you can have a macro, a midterm, and a micro. You can have every time frame can have its own market cycle. We have the W pattern right here, the double bottom, rise, retrace, continuation, retrace, continuation, retrace, continuation, a fake out, bear trap, continuation, until ultimately, what do we get? We get a smaller move to the upside. We have a new low. You see this right here? Formed a new low followed by a lower high. So what that means is when the price is moving up and we get a new low, the retrace on this up, if this cannot break this previous high, that's your even if you don't get out of this very top. Okay, be patient. This told you that this was going to be coming down. Okay, we got the full sequence to when this area is actually broken. Retrace down, retrace down, retrace. So this is what we want to see for bullishness in the Bitcoin market, because this means that now the dollar is becoming less attractive and risk assets get a little bit buoyed from that. So when we're seeing this, Bitcoin performing very well, I don't care what happens right here. I'm finding opportunities to buy. I'm not getting shaken out because the trade didn't go exactly the way I wanted to and I had a 15x and it got liquidated. No. You take a loss, but you don't do it with an entire portfolio. Now looking at Ethereum, very similar here, very similar. This is pushing up. Look at this, right about these rough highs here. If this does continue pushing up, I'm watching a 2350 to 2370 sort of region. But more likely than not, I think this will also follow Bitcoin if Bitcoin comes down. And we'll be watching this down at 2100 and then also down at about $2,000. We got a pretty large trend line that's right below us. Cardano, just performing so well. Went up almost to, look at that, 69.50 yesterday up here. But what's the difference here? This is starting to look a little weak. Why? Because we have a large impulse, a retrace, very weak impulse right here. See the size of this versus the size of this? This says the bullish narrative is starting to get weaker. And look at this right here. Option T. This peak I'm looking at right here. And then this next peak. Sorry. This next peak right here. See how this is high and this is the lower high? What's happening with price when you see these two different things right here? High and a higher high. So the underlying strength is showing you that maybe this is a cool off period. Maybe it chops sideways, but I wouldn't going into like a leverage long right now because you already got a pretty huge move. You're going to want to see a fairly nice pullback. This was a good opportunity here, but you want to let the opportunities come to you. Let's do two more. And then I got to get out of here because I've got about 42 things I got to do today. Let's turn off the indicators. Got to look at this 4-hour chart. We got a bit of a trend line right here. And again, this was looking weak coming into this. All this bearish divergences coming through all the way up into here. Got a pretty significant sell-off. And look, it did get a little bit of a lower low from this zone right here. Now a lower high. And it's kind of struggling at this level. So even if this breaks out, I'm watching for an actual break of about the $42, $43 level. If we cannot clear that level, I think this will likely be a fake out and come down. I do think things are getting a little exuberant, but we are coming into holiday season. My point with all this is wait for opportunities to take a big shot and don't do it front running a move on leverage. Right now, you could take some pretty great spot moves especially until we get into the halving, because at some point we've seen in all the previous cycles, here's the halving. Look at this. Push up, sell off, push up, sell off. We had 30 to 50% sell-offs before the halving. We haven't gotten that yet. We had this big rounding move here, which I would not quite count this pullback. It was same low. This push up right here. In this case, we had about I think it was like a 60% pullback. If we go all the way to the Black Swan, that was an 85% pullback. But from here to this area, it was, I think, 54%. Pushing up right now, we just got like a 4 or 5% pullback on that dip that we had the other day. Let's get, come on, back up here, Bitcoin. So this move right here, option, there we go, down. Yeah, 8% pullback. This is not a pre-halving sell-off. Pre-halving sell-off would likely take us down to, if I had to guess, let's measure where 30% goes to. So from here, so this is where 30% goes to. And this is a box that I've had drawn here before the price was even up here to measure this come down from. It's a 30% move, and that takes us back to where these previous highs are. So what I'm watching to call if whether or not this is going to happen, because we can't know it right up here. What I can know is, as this stands right now, this retrace right here only came to these previous lows. If we cannot come up here and contest the 44.3, 44.4 level, if we round out here and come down, I'm watching this 40,600 level. Next level down is this 39.5. This is a CME gap. If we lose this level, I think the bullish momentum will take a little bit of a capitulation and come down and at minimum test this 35. I would be satisfied with the pullback to 35 and not getting all the way down to 31 or 32 or 33, because there's so much bullishness in the background with institutions and people and smart money that wants to buy on these dips. So if we do drop below the CME gap, I think this probably won't be very long well-lived unless there's a catastrophic different fundamental change from regulation or something with, you know, geopolitics and energy that makes us unable, you know what I'm saying? Like things that are outside of our control. But looking technically, I'm watching a key level 39.5. If we lose that, somewhere north of 35. If we lose these levels and there's just strong, some other black swan event, I'm watching this level down at the 31,000. And if we lose that, I mean, I don't even want to talk about lower because I'm very bullish. I'm very bullish, but I do think that a shakeout down into this zone wouldn't be bad. I'd be like, hey, I'm a buyer. But if this does push up, let's watch this $44,000 mark. If we take that out, we got this golden pocket marker, which is right up here at the 48,000 level. So we're going to want to watch what happens when we get into this area, because that's a typical reversal area on a retrace. And that would give the good opportunity. Maybe this does push all the way up here. And then from that would be a pretty big move back down to where, if that goes all the way down to here, that'd be 36% move. So not that much further, but that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm feeling. Everybody, don't get chopped out of the market. Don't be scared because markets go up and markets go down. Understand this market moves on a halving schedule. We understand what this looks like. This is where we're at 90% of the way to the next halving. So this gap right here is representative where we were in the market cycle before, This dip right here was a great opportunity, but nobody could have planned for this. This was COVID. This was global economic shutdown. So we're looking right here not to trade out of our capital, figure out ways that we can stack in so that we can be prepared for this next bull cycle. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Before I go, the hack that happened to Ledger was a hack to the software library used by dApps. This can happen to any hardware wallet, so be careful anytime you connect your wallet of any type. Hey, Wall Street pickers, shout out to you. That's a great, this is why also, even if you think your stuff is safe because you put it on a hardware wallet, if you have all your money on one wallet, where's your decentralization? You need to make sure you diversify is actually what I'm going to say. You need to diversify how and where you're storing your money so that you can protect yourself into the future. Big love to everybody. Crypto O'Breezy, how you doing? Alexander G, 17 more likes. She said, everybody hit the like button right now. I'm up here doing this on a daily basis, waking up early, breaking down these charts, breaking down the thoughts, breaking down what's going on in the market. I do want to share before we go. I totally forgot. A special shout out to my granddaddy-o. Where is it at? Let's go to my page. Special shout out to my granddaddy. We call him Papa. He's turning 101 on Sunday, I believe. And lived through 3 or 4 plane crashes, was shot down, I think 3 times, and the 4th one was actual plane crash. Lived through civil wars. I mean, he was building boats, climbing on ladders all the way into his 90s until his back got messed up. But he's the sharpest, smartest guy I know. I talked to him. He's clearer and more cognizant and more articulate and quick-witted than people I know in their 30s. I asked him what he was doing in September of 55. He's like, oh, I was hanging out with Frank and Steve, and we were building the boat named blah, blah, blah. Like, such a smart, wonderful guy. Been on this earth since 1922. And I love him. I hope this is a reminder for all of us. We have people in our lives that have lived through all kind of incredible stuff. Ask them about it. Ask them about their lives. Learn about your heritage. Participate in your past so that you can also participate in a meaningful way in your future. Love your friends, love your family, reach out to those people, shout out people and give people praise that are in your life. Love each other. Let's be positive. Let's be encouraging. And I love that we don't have trolls on this channel because we have such a great mod group, and it's not like they're just blocking people. Just everybody. This is a channel of encouragement and positivity. You come here to get some data and get a little warm sparkle of life, because that's what this is about. I love you all so much. Make sure you check out bitlabacademy.com. That's how we pay our bills. I love you all. Hope you have a wonderful day. We'll see you in the next video. And now you get the song. Adios, muchachos. Thank you for coming. Thank you for always tuning in. Adios, muchachos. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being my friend. Adios, muchachos. I'll see you later.